I'm Ace.
And I'm Tammy. Welcome to my Destiny Place. This is the place where your dreams come alive. You know, Ace, I've always wanted to be an actress in a movie.
So I've heard.
Today, I'm going on my first audition.
What's an audition? What do you do?
Well, an audition is where you go and show people that you're talented enough to play a certain person in a movie. You have to convince them that you're good.
When is your audition?
Today.
Do you have to practice for your audition?
Practice? Are you kidding me? I'm a natural. I don't need to practice.
Tammy, it's important to always practice at whatever you really want to do. Practice makes you better.
I'm already better.
Okay, remember, pride comes before the big fall.
Well, this is the place. I'm so excited about my first audition for a movie role. I know they will pick me because I'm just that good.
Welcome. Go ahead and sign your name right here, and our assistant will be down to show you to your audition.
I am so good. I don't even need to practice. How can they resist me? I'm natural. They're definitely gonna pick me. Oh, I'm totally the superstar.
Tammy,
Present.
we're ready for your audition.
How will Tami do on her audition? She has a lot of self-confidence. Stay tuned to find out if she does a good job. Now, let's go to the Dryades YMCA. If you are sitting, stand to your feet. And let's move your body with Trainer Leah and Lindsey. En 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Trainer Leah, and this is Trainer Lindsey, and welcome to the Dryades YMCA. We're here to give you a quick workout. Are you ready? Trainer Lindsey, do you think they're ready? I think you are. Let's go. We're going to start off with a warm-up, warming up our shoulders, rolling them back for a count for 5. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's warm up our legs, doing a nice march for a count for 10. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. For our first workout, we're going to do monster boxes. Rawr. So let's begin. Going to the right, then back, left, then forward. Let's begin. One, 2. Awesome. Our next thing, we're going to do lunges for the clock. Going at 12, then 4, then 6, 9, and back to 12. Are you ready? Let's begin. One more. Awesome. All right, so next we're going to do our crunches. You're going to get on the floor and we're going to crunch for 10. Going down and going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, our last moves is going to be a nice squat pulse. We're going to pulse for 10. All right? Open up those legs, going down, pulsing for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that was a great workout. Remember, stay hydrated, keep moving, and see you next time. Bye.
Ooh, that felt good. Got to keep your body moving, whether through dancing, running, or jumping. It's all exercise. Now, let's see how Tami is doing on her first movie audition.
Let's begin with scene 1, the roller share. Action. And action. You can start acting now. Are you okay? You can start acting. Are you okay? You can start acting now. You can start acting now.
I flopped. I froze. So embarrassing. They'll never take me serious. My career is over before it even started. I'm a has-been. I'm a wash-up. Oh.
Okay, first, pull yourself together. We have all fallen on our faces. In other words, we've messed up.
Even you?
Yes, even me.
I feel so awful.
Try this. Repeat after me. I am awesome.
I am awesome.
Say it like you mean it. You have to encourage yourself. I am awesome.
I am awesome.
Again.
I am awesome. This feels good. I am awesome. I am awesome. I am awesome.
Now, let's take your awesome self to an acting coach.
Looks like Tami is ready to go after that big fall. She got her confidence back and she realizes that practice and the proper training make a winning combination. We will check in on her a little later. Let's go back to the Dryades YMCA for our art project. But first, here's our Yes I Can kid.
My name is Tre Mercadel. I'm 14 years old and I'm a drummer. I've been playing drums since I was 1. I chose them because I just love the way they sound and the way that they feel. When I find myself in a dilemma, any sort of problem, I just remember that I got through it the last time and I can get through it again. My inspiration to keep playing is just me seeing how great other people older than me, my age and younger than me, are doing amazing, and it proves to me that I can do the same. My advice to somebody who's just starting or has been playing is to just keep going. You might find yourself in a problem, but you gotta keep pushing through it, and that's just gonna make you better overall as a musician.
Hi, my name is Miss Lisa, and I am someone who have loved art since I was a little girl. I wanted to tell you today about how to make portraits. Portraits are pictures of people, and a self-portrait is a picture of you, yourself. So I'm going to show you both of the things that I just talked about, a portrait and a self-portrait. But first I want to talk to you about shapes. Probably many of you know shapes already, but there are a few main shapes: a circle, a square, an oval, a rectangle, a triangle, which has 3 sides, a straight line, a zigzag line, a wavy line, and dots. If you know how to draw those things, you'll be able to make a portrait. This is a portrait that I made just showing the different shapes on a portrait of a little girl. She has an oval face, she has a rectangle shoulders, she has a rectangle for her neck, and this is her body, which is also a rectangle. She has little round eyes and little eyebrows that are curved, and she also has a bunch of pets that are also portraits, that all of the pets have eyes, noses, ears, just like humans. So this is the basic of what needs to go into a portrait. This is a portrait that is a sketch that was made from using color pencils to make a face with hair and ears and nose, and I even made this girl with a shirt with a bunny on it and polka dots. But what I wanted to focus on today is making a portrait out of construction paper, and I'm going to try to make a self-portrait. I already cut out some shapes so that we could get started like that. But here is I want a background for my portrait. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my glue stick, and I'm going to glue an oval on to the paper. Then I'm going to give my person a neck. So I'm going to glue that. Now, people don't normally have blue faces, but I thought that would be kind of fun to make a blue face. But I do want it to make it look a little bit like me as well. I have 2 ears, so I will make a red ear on one side and a red ear on the other side. Oops. And I next will make a mouth. And one of my very favorite shapes is a heart shape. So I'm going to make a heart-shaped mouth. Then I have, as you can see, black eyebrows. Even though I have white hair, I have black eyebrows. So here are my eyebrows. Oops, this one's not sticking very well. All right, there's 2 eyebrows. Now I'm going to put in 2 eyes. I made ovals for eyes, and there they go. I wanted to show you can make the eyes both look in one direction, or you can make the eyes in the middle, which is where the pupils usually are. So here's the eyes. Now I could make eyelashes if I wanted to, but I'm not going to this time. Now here's 2 different options for nose: a round nose or a triangle nose. What do you think? I think maybe the triangle nose. So here is the triangle nose. And now, as you notice, I have white hair, so I am going to put my hair on right here, and since I don't have a bald spot on the top, I'm going to put another piece right here to be the rest of my hair. And then I think I just have one final thing to put on my picture. I'm going to make some earrings because, as you can see, I like wearing earrings. So here is my self-portrait, and there's the other earring. Do you think it looks like me? Have fun making your portrait.
Here's some of the video from my first training class.
Welcome to the acting class. It's an acting class for actors, by actors, with actors, including actors. And today, we're going to help you. We heard about your little audition incident, but we're going to fix you. We're going to make it right. Your key word today is humility.
All right, acting coach. I can take notes. I can process them. I am good, but I know my antecedent action. I know my inner monologue. I know all my marks. I know who I'm talking to, and I can process that they're talking back to me. Oh, but I am good. I'm so good. I don't need any of this. Okay, but you're right. I've got to stay humble. I am so ready for my next audition.
Enough! You are fixed. I can teach you no more. You are ready to audition. That'll be $150.
I'm hooked on books. I'm hooked on books. I'm hooked on books. Yes, yeah. It's story time. Yeah.
I'm Oliver Thomas, host of the Good Morning Show right here on WBOK, and I'm going to read the story of Trombone Shorty Andrews, man. It's illustrated by Caldecott Anna, and the honor winner is Mr. Brian Collier. So let's get into Trombone Shorty. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? That's a New Orleans phrase, guys. We have our own way of living down here in New Orleans, and we have our own way of talking. And that's what we like to say when we want to tell a friend hello. We say, where you at? Lots of kids here in New Orleans have nicknames too. But I want to tell you the story of how I first got mine. Just like when you listen to your favorite song, let's start at the beginning, because this is a story about music. But before you can understand how much music means to me, you have to know how important it is to my hometown. And it's my greatest inspiration. I grew up in a neighborhood in New Orleans called Tre. And any time of day and any time of night, you could hear music floating in the air. And there was music in my house too. My big brother, James, he played the trumpet so loud, you could hear him halfway across town. He was the leader of his own band, and my friends and I would pretend to be in his band too. Follow me, James would say. There's one time every year that's more exciting than any other. Mardi Gras. Parades fill the streets, and beaded necklaces are thrown through the air right into the crowd. I love the brass bands, with their own trumpets and trombones and saxophones, and biggest brass instruments of them all, the tuba, which rested over the musician's head like an elephant's trunk. Where you at? Where you at? The musicians would say. All day long, I could see the brass bands parade by my house while my neighbors danced along. I love these parades during Mardi Gras because they made everyone forget about their trouble for a little while. People didn't have a whole lot of money in the Tre, but we always had a whole lot of music. I listen to all these sounds and mix them together. Just like how we make our own food, we take one big pot and throw in some sausage and some crab and some shrimp and some chicken and vegetables and whatever in the kitchen. And we stir it all together. And that's how we let it cook. And when it's done, the most delicious taste you've ever tried, we call it gumbo. And that's what I wanted my music to sound like. Different styles combined with all the things that create my own musical gumbo. But first, I needed an instrument. The greatest thing about music is you don't need a real instrument to play. So my friends and I, we decided to make our own. We might have sounded different from the other real brass bands, but we felt like the greatest musicians of Tre. We were making music, and that's all that mattered. Then one day, I found a broken trombone that looked like it was too beaten up to make music anymore. It didn't sound perfect, but finally, with a real instrument in my hand, I was ready to play. The next time the parade went by my house, I grabbed that trombone and I headed out in the street, and my brother James noticed me playing alongside and smiled proudly. And he called me Trombone Shorty. He called out because the instrument was twice my size. He said, "Where you at?" From that day on, everybody called me Trombone Shorty. I took that trombone everywhere I went, and I never stopped playing. I was so small that sometimes I fell right over to the ground because it was so heavy. But I always got back up, and I always learned to hold it up high. I listened to my brother play songs over and over again, and I taught myself these songs too. I practiced day and I practiced night. And sometimes I fell asleep with my trombone right in my hand. One day my mom surprised me with tickets to the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, the best and biggest music festival in town. We went to see Bo Diddley, who my mom said was one of the most important musicians of our time. And I watched him on stage, and I raised my trombone to my lips, and I started to play along. He stopped his band right in the middle of the song, and he asked the crowd, "Who's that playing out there?" Everyone started pointing out, but Bo Diddley couldn't see me because I was the smallest little guy sitting in that one little place. So my mom held me up in the air and she said, "That's my son, Trombone Shorty." "Well, Trombone Shorty, come on up here," Bo Diddley said. The crowd passed me over until I was standing up on the stage next to the great Bo Diddley himself. I walked right up to the microphone and held my trombone up high in the air, and I was ready to blow. "What do you want me to play?" Bo Diddley asked. "Follow me," I said. After I played with Bo Diddley, I knew I was ready to have my own band. And I got my friends together and we called ourselves the 5 o'clock band, because that was the time we went out to play each day after finishing our homework. We played all around New Orleans. I practiced and practiced, and soon my brother James asked me to join his band. When people wondered who was the kid in the band, he would say proudly, "That's my little brother, Trombone Shorty. Where you at?" And now I have my own band called Trombone Shorty in Orleans Avenue, named after a street in Tre. I played all around the world, but I always come back to New Orleans. And when I'm home, I make sure I keep my eyes on the younger musicians in town and help them out, just like my brother did for me. Today, I play the same New Orleans Jazz Festival while I once played with Bo Diddley. And when the performance ends, I lead a parade of musicians around, just like I used to do in the streets of Tre with my friends. "Where you at? Where you at?" I still keep my trombone in my hand, and I will never let it go. And that's the story of Trombone Shorty. Where you at?
Hello, everyone. I'm Doug Evans, President and CEO of the Dryades YMCA. The YMCA is for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For over 115 years, the Dryades YMCA has served the city of New Orleans, in particular the Central City community, trying to engage youth and families to help build a stronger and more vibrant and safe community. As young people, we can all pitch in and engage in strengthening our families, strengthening our community, and working with others. I reach out to each of you to come join with us in making our city a more vibrant community for everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Evans.
I love swimming. Amo nadar. But mostly important, I love staying safe. Check out these tips on water safety from the Dryades YMCA.
My name is Napoleon Benoit, Director of Health and Wellness here at the Dryades YMCA. And I want to go over what our most important rule is here, is to ask permission. When you come to our facility and you come to our pool, you're going to have your swimsuit on. You're going to have taken that shower. You're going to have your goggles ready. You're going to have your fins. You're going to have your kickboards. You're going to have everything. But the one thing you have to do is see if it is okay to get in the water. Now, granted, our pool, we keep it perfectly chlorinated, but in other situations, you do need to stop and ask, right? We want to make sure that the lifeguards know that we are in the facility, that we are actively going to use their pool, so that they can keep an accurate head count to make sure that we remain safe. This also goes for when you're in the backyard pool with your family as well. You don't want to just jump in the pool with no one knowing. You want to make sure that everyone knows where you are at all times. That alone can keep your life safe and make everything a lot more fun for everyone involved. Again, my name is Napoleon Benoit, Director of Health and Wellness at the Dryades YMCA in Uptown New Orleans. Thank you.
¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? It's time to do the blaster.
Dancing is so much fun because it gives you a chance to express yourself while just hanging out, doing some really cool and silly moves, and just having fun. Well, blasting is just when you let loose, have fun, and do whatever you want to do. Hi, I'm Kayla Montgomery. Dancing is so much fun. Today, we're going to teach you some really cool dance moves. Are you guys ready? Great. Okay, so first we're going to start with the roll. All you do is ball up your fist and roll. Roll, roll, and at the end, we're going to clap. Make sure you kick your leg really high when you clap. And then we're gonna strike a pose, strike another pose, and we're gonna do the whoop, whoop, and we're gonna roll to the right. Roll, 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 and clap. Wasn't that fun? Great. We're gonna do it one more time. So we're gonna roll, 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 and clap. Strike a pose, strike another pose. Then we're gonna do the raise the roof, and whoop, whoop, and we're gonna roll, 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 and clap. Great job, you guys. Now we're gonna put all the moves together and we're gonna do it with the music. Be sure to blast. 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll, 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 clap. Strike a pose and another pose. Whoop, 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 and roll, roll, roll. Great job, you guys. Okay, let's do it one more time. You ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll, 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 clap. Strike a pose and another pose. Whoop, 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 and roll, 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 clap. Now, for the best part of all, it's time to blast! Woo!
Hi, I'm Michael Reshot with Recirculating Farms Coalition. Today we're going to do a video on starting a container garden at home. If you're lucky enough to live in Louisiana, you have a nice, hot, long growing season, so you can grow food all year long. But some plants need to be planted at specific times to grow their best. First thing you need to do when you start your garden is figure out where you want to plant. You need to make sure that your plants have adequate sunlight and space to grow. Some plants like to climb around, some plants like to go up, and some plants like to be bushy. We have our tomatoes planted in this bed because they need lots of sunlight. And we have our greens planted in this bed because they don't need as much sun. The next thing to decide is the size of your garden and how many plants you want to put in it. You don't want to get too big or have too many plants because you might get overwhelmed. Now we're going to talk about getting your plants and seeds started. The first thing you need to do is get some seeds, plant start, pots, and soil. First thing you'll do, pick up your seed packet and look at the back of it. On the back, they'll have instructions on how to start your plants. Different plants get started in different ways. Some seeds need to be placed right on top of the soil. And some plants need their seeds placed under the soil. The best way to do this is by making a small hole with your pinky, placing the seed inside, and then covering it up, lightly pressing down. Next thing you do is water the seed lightly, just to get the soil nice and moist, but without moving the soil or the seed too much. Then you just watch it grow. If you're gonna do a plant start, you gently remove the plant from the box. You might have to lightly squeeze on it to loosen it up. As you remove it, you'll see the roots. If the roots are compact and around the square, you can break off some of the soil loosely and lightly break off some of the roots. And then you'll dig a nice hole and place the plant inside. If your roots are sticking up out of the soil like this, you have not planted the plant deep enough. You can either put soil on top of it and pack it down, or dig a bigger hole and place the plant inside. After you've planted the plant at the correct height, you can then water the plant and watch it grow. Now all you have to do is watch your plants grow and make sure they get enough sunlight. Make sure you don't overwater them because that can be pretty bad too. You might see some bugs on your plants here and there, but that's no problem. You can look up tips on how to solve that on the internet with your parents. You can also find tips and tricks on how to make your plants better. Bye!
CONFIDENCE. Confidence.
I am strong, I am smart, I am brave, and I can do anything.
Now it's time for Conversations with Mia.
When you are feeling sad and blue, there is one thing you must always do. Encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. Sometimes when you are feeling sad and blue, there is one thing you must always do. Encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. I am awesome. I am strong. I am good listener. This is my son. Encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. I am awesome. I am strong. I am a good listener. This is my song.
That's all the time we have for today.
Remember to stay encouraged by encouraging yourself and others.
And don't forget to blast!
Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Grow.
Bye!
Everybody's here, so come on, come near.